Hey everybody, K Pink here with After Derby report number 2. This would be the Elite Series tournament on Seminole. We're had a great week. Finished second. Got to fish all 4 days. When it's been a couple of years since I had to wear the dates. Well, it's been a couple of years since I got to wear the day 4 jersey, and I got to tell you, it felt pretty nice. I had a decent practice. It wasn't a great practice. I wasn't getting a whole lot. I could get up on the bank and fish real shallow and get a lot of small bites, okay? But when I'd back off just a little bit and fish, 5 to 7 foot, the outside edges of some of the hydrilla, I was getting a lot bigger bites. And we all know bigger bites win tournaments, okay? What I finally settled on was old school, actually a big end. It's a huge, old Norman crankbait that I've thrown for a lot of years. I liked it. In fact, there was an article in last month's Bass Times that told exactly how, exactly when to throw the bait, where to throw the bait, what to throw the bait on. I mean, it was just like, I was reading a magazine and taking it and applying it to Lake Seminole. I mean, it was exactly like that, and it worked out. It worked out really well. Obviously, couldn't compete with B Height. He had the chatterbait bite dialed in pretty strong, but I feel like I did very respectable. This was one of the baits that I used, the big end. I also caught several fish on this Strike King Pure Poison, changed out the skirt to a little perch color, and put a Zoom Swimming Super Fluke on the back end of it. And I also caught several fish on the Jewel Swim It, just black blue with a Swimming Super Fluke, the black blue silver flake trailer on the back of it. And basically what I was targeting was just a huge flat out there that had a lot of hydrilla growing on it, anywhere from 3 foot out to 7-8 foot. And just fishing those edges. And I started out the first day really strong, with 25 pounds, and I was fishing the outside edge of the hydrilla, okay? Obviously, as the tournament progressed, the fish moved, scattered a little bit, and actually what they did is they moved to the inside edge and started to spawn. And that's when, the crankbait bite kind of died down a little bit, and I started to catch more fish on the on the bladed jig on the Pure Poison and the Swim It. And the key, there was 2 keys. One, as far as throwing the crankbait, I was using Team Lou's 7 foot medium heavy moderates crankbait rods, composite rod, Lou's Pro Series PS1 HC reel, 20-pound braided line, okay, 20-pound vicious braided line. That was very important when throwing that crankbait around that grass, because every once in a while, I would get the bait hung in the grass and rip it free, and I was actually stopping the bait, jerking it, making the bait run very erratic to trigger those bites from the bigger fish. Okay, that was very important. One, having a really soft rod, okay, so that I could use that braided line, not tear the hooks out on the fish. That was 2 pretty important things. The hardest thing to do every day was to stay with the fish, okay, because they were constantly, it was that time of year when they were getting ready to get up on the beds and they were constantly moving, okay. For the Swim It and the Pure Poison, I used a Pro Series 1 reel. I was throwing those on a 50-pound vicious braid with a Team Lou's 7.4 medium, moderate, fast rod. And basically I use those for fishing the inside edges of the grass. Could I have done a little better? Yeah, I actually on day 3 actually had a couple of bites that that I didn't get in the boat. They were both big fish, and just one of those things. I feel pretty good with my finish, 5th place in that crowd. The lake you've never been before, didn't pre-practice, didn't talk to anybody about it, just put the boat in the water and went fishing, and it worked out pretty well.